Hi, lovely to have you here. Welcome to the Electro Revolution EV News Brief. Here's an update for the 21st of December 2025. Let's start with some global sales news. Global sales for EVs, they're still growing despite battery metal slumps. The global electric vehicle industry continues to expand decisively. Data from today shows EV sales through November 2025 reached 18.5 million vehicles. That's up 21% year on year, with China accounting for the majority of the growth and Europe surging 36% in November. Fantastic news. At the same time, commodities that power these vehicles, such as lithium, nickel, and cobalt, are under pressure from oversupply and new battery chemistry innovations like sodium-ion cells. That dynamic is reshaping not only EV production costs, but also raw material markets worldwide. And now for some XPeng news. The Chinese EV maker XPeng has struck a deal with Malaysian assembler EP Manufacturing Berhad to build its G6 SUV by March 2026 and the X9 minivan by May of 2026 at a new Malacca facility. The plan includes a guaranteed minimum monthly order volume and a first right of offer for future models, putting Malaysia firmly on the map as a Southeast Asian EV production hub. In Europe, the Italian Competition Authority has concluded its investigations into alleged misleading marketing claims by Stellantis, Tesla, BYD and Volkswagen, and that's about the EV range and battery performance. Rather than imposing fines, the companies agreed to improve consumer communications and transparency and will introduce an online tool to help buyers compare EV range figures. This move reflects tightening regulatory scrutiny around consumer data accuracy, which will increasingly influence how EV makers market real-world performance metrics. Honestly, it's about time that happened. Think about apples to apples comparisons and how good that is for the market and consumers that are buying these vehicles. Now for some Rivian news. EV startup Rivian made headlines in markets overnight with a stock surge of over 10% hitting its highest level since 2023. Analysts are calling 2026 an inflection year as the company's R2 SUV, a more affordable electric SUV, is poised for launch, and Rivian's new AI-driven autonomy platform, including LiDAR and high-resolution cameras, supports its Autonomy Plus service expected early next year. Meanwhile, Tesla shares surged to an intraday peak near $492, continuing a rally that has seen dramatic volatility throughout 2025. That's propelled by positive sentiment around production and new software initiatives. And across the pond, Ford Motor Company has executed a major shift in strategy. The all-electric F-150 Lightning has been discontinued in favor of an extended range plug-in design with a gas generator backup to support 700 plus miles of total range. The move accompanies a broader pullback from large, fully electric pickup production and a redeployment of battery capacity into hybrid tech and stationary energy storage. This reversal underscores the growing tension in the US market, where consumer demand has softened following the removal of federal EV tax credits, prompting reassessments of EV timelines and profitability. Of course, we can thank Trump for that. In positive product news, Nissan has begun production of its third-generation Leaf EV at its Sunderland plant in the UK, backed by nearly £450 million of investment, with up to 386 miles of range and eligibility for the UK's full EV subsidy. The latest Leaf is positioned as a mainstream challenger to Europe's competitive EV landscape. In the last EV news brief, we reported on the Perodua QV-E, which is Malaysia's first electric vehicle, a subcompact SUV developed locally with Magna Steyr. Some further details were provided today. It features a 52.5 kilowatt-hour LFP battery with around 445 kilometer range and represents a milestone in domestic EV R&D and manufacturing. Separately, industry analysts reveal that more than a quarter of new cars sold worldwide in 2025 are now electric, with more than 39 countries exceeding 10% EV market share. Rapid adoption in Southeast Asia and other emerging markets is reshaping where EV growth is most dramatic. And now looking closer to home. Australian new car data shows a rebound in EV sales, with Tesla Model Y and 3 climbing again, and BYD models including the Atto 2 strong in November, while the Zeekr 7X SUV cracked the top 3 sellers for the month. The Australian Automobile Association's real-world range testing program found that customer EV range can vary between 5% and 23% lower than the manufacturer's claims across popular models from Tesla, BYD, Kia and others. A reminder to buyers to consider real-world considerations. And to close on a light note, while it's not official industry news, EV drivers around the world are joking online that their cars have become range extenders for pets, not because of charging shortages, but because everyone's dog now expects the car ride to the park anytime a Tesla or BYD pulls out of the driveway. No kilowatts were harmed in the telling of this story. Well, that's your EV news brief for today. Stay charged up and we'll be back with more electric vehicle news as the industry continues to accelerate and occasionally surprise around every corner. If you did like this video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share this content with someone who'd be interested, or just leave a comment. It really all helps. Until the next episode, I hope to see you there. Bye for now.